How's it going, everybody? So in this video, I'm going to be talking about how you can transform your life beyond any kind of rut, any kind of feelings of apathy or depression, or anything like that you might feel that you're in. I don't know what I'm going to call this video, but I need to title this video something great because I know this video is going to be a major banger after I start speaking damn gold coming out of my mouth, right? So look, most people are stuck. They're stuck in limiting beliefs. They're stuck in depression. They're stuck in low vibes. And they have no zest for life. They have no enthusiasm for life. Everything they do is just like walking through the motions in like some kind of unconscious or lower conscious haze. Either just basically living life for their cravings or living life just to get through the day with no real energy. And the only energy they really have is like energies towards addictions. They're addicted in negative behaviors, addicted to negative people, negative subjects that they really don't actually care about. But the only reason that they do things, so like arguing with random strangers on the internet about politics, arguing with random strangers about nutrition, about all these things in the world which are important. But the real reason they even are entertaining these things in the first place, even conspiracy theories, is because they lack stimulation in their life. Okay? Most people are very fucking bored. Very, very bored. You can see it in their faces. You can hear it in their tonality, in their speech. You can understand it and perceive it in the dialogue that they'll give you when you speak to them. And to me, it's kind of sad. I feel kind of lonely to a certain degree because I'm Mr. Enthusiasm who's discovered this stuff. But like, I see like 85 to 95%, well, whatever, of most humans you'll encounter, they're just going through life and and taking what life will give them. The relationships they're in, the career they have, the education they choose. It's almost random. There's some rational thought behind it, but it's not fully conscious. It's not fully intentional. And to take this even further, some usable insight you can use right now is to understand that most of these people that are making videos on YouTube live this life too. Okay? Giving advice on YouTube, they don't have any real life experience of the things they're talking about, but even worse are the people in the comments. If you allow yourself to be influenced by these people who hate on others in the comments, who shit talk on others in the comments, or really people who leave judgmental and critical comments, or people who just are very derogatory and ugly, or people who will talk as if they know what they think they're speaking about but really don't, 9 times out of 10, they're these people who don't have any real life success or experience or effectiveness in their life, and they're living life in an unconscious haze. And you have to be very cautious about taking these people seriously, because the more serious you take them, the more they influence your life, and the more decisions that you can make that are in alignment with these lower vibrating energies. You got to be very careful about this. So anyway, what we're talking about here in this video is how to overcome this, okay? So the first thing that you need to understand is what you really want in your life is to discover what's important to you, okay? And to do that, you got to start with one area of your life, start small, and it'll bleed over into the other areas. So a process of mastery is what you need. You need just one hobby that really lights you up on the inside. I'm not talking about scrapbooking, okay? I'm not. I'm talking about the major interests in your life, the major passion in your life that you'll want to scrapbook about predominantly, okay? Scrapbooking is not a process of mastery. It's just something you do on the side about your passion, your interests, okay? Making YouTube videos is not a process of mastery. I mean, it can be, but it's not the making of the YouTube videos itself that you're looking for. It's the deeper meaning behind what you're making videos about and why you're doing it. Okay? And for those who really want to know, that's why I make these videos, despite whatever low subscriber count people perceive it as. I don't give a fuck. It's because I'm speaking from passion, right? It's the passion you're looking for in life. That's what you're looking for. You're not looking for a happy relationship, okay? You're really not. You're looking for a relationship that you acquire as a side effect of having deeper passion inside your heart. You're not looking for confidence. You don't even know what the fuck confidence is. You try to formulate an idea, it's the passion. It's having things in your life that you're passionate about. And when you find those things, self-assurance, reassurance, feeling confidence and a deep assurance about your methods and what you do and what you say will come. Self-esteem will come, self-value will come, and you will find relationships on the side as a direct byproduct of following your passion and being passionate about your passion. You need something that you can pour all your mind into, all of your heart into, okay? But the problem is so many people have gone the opposite direction, looking all over the place for this fulfillment and passion. They're looking in the wrong places and finding nothing. They're finding nothing but emptiness and more problems. Getting into toxic relationships and knowing you need to leave, but the only reason why you stay is because it's the most stimulating thing you have in your life, despite it being a negative stimulation. And I've seen this in people over my lifespan. And the problem is there are really positive, great, passionate things that you could be doing right now, but you haven't allowed that space in your life to allow them to come in and to seek them. You're focusing on the things that you don't want. You don't realize you don't want them. You actually subconsciously want them because they entertain you. They keep you feeling alive. And not really focusing on what you want. So anyway, some examples of what you should start to look for. Okay? So this is why these people who do law of attraction, visualization, and goal setting, if they do it properly, okay, their whole life changes because suddenly their priorities are not set on dwelling in their problems, trying to overcome traumas that past a certain point you've got to either transcend them or not. People live in their traumas over and over again. They go to therapy, and these therapists will keep them rehashing the past and do these kind of empty techniques that they'll teach them that don't really actually change people or evolve people on a deeper level. And what people need is to build a deeper character and become something completely different through a process of mastery. When you do visualization, you write your goals down, and you do goals that are bigger than you, okay? Going through that process of achieving that goal, okay, and taking honest action towards that goal and reaffirming positive, empowering beliefs, you become something different. You develop deeper character traits that cannot be taught by a counselor whose own life is in chaos. They suffer from social anxiety disorder, and they think it's just some natural thing that, and they think all these breathing techniques and other crap is like the answer. Or like taking a breather and self-care and all this other nonsense, which are like, those things are cool and they're important, but they're missing the picture. This is the average person. They think surface level. They think, let me do some external techniques to change my external world because I think their symptoms are external. And all they're doing is slapping a Band-Aid on their life. Like, oh, I'm depressed, Let me go seek therapy about my depression. Let me get medications for my depression. And then maybe a therapist might be like, well, you might be depressed because you don't feel passionate about your career, and any money that you have is going towards your toxic boyfriend. And then let's talk about your toxic boyfriend and why you're in this toxic relationship. And it's a lot of fixation on the external symptoms. It's literally a rehash of pharmaceutical medication. And even these people who try to be holistic therapists or whatever are still a lot of times fixating on the external symptoms, even though they're also addressing nutrition and other things, usually wrongfully so, focusing on gut microbiome and crap that, again, has no real relevance to the actual practice of health, unfortunately. And so there's all this fixation on mental jargon, concepts, techniques, and theories instead of real physical, visceral, deep, spiritual transformation. Don't even get me started on the spiritual people. Again, people missing the mark. They call themselves spiritual beings, and I'm focusing on spirituality. But their idea of spirituality is mental masturbation and concepts that have no real deep, intrinsic power. They're not powerful. They're floaty cloud ideas and concepts, and maybe reading books and just be present to the moment and all this other crap. And meanwhile, again, their internal life is in shambles because they don't know what spirituality is or whatever. It's not even beneficial to care about spirituality because you're not going to find it by focusing on the idea. Just like Bruce Lee says, like a finger pointing away to the moon. If you focus on the finger, you'll miss all the heavenly glory of the object the finger's pointing to. Okay? People are focusing on the finger. They're focusing on the technique. They're focusing on the symptom and missing the deep transformation that needs to take place. So it's a process of mastery. It's focusing on what you want, the passion, the bigger picture, the bigger goals. But to someone who's suffering inside of this emptiness and this boredom and this negativity, and they're addicted to negative behaviors for stimulation, you can tell them this all they want, but it's just going to sound like jargon to them because they're so far in a different reality that they don't have access to this understanding, unfortunately. And this is also why you have people who will listen to my information, for example, or tune in to ideas like this, and they'll be receptive to it. They might practice it, believe in it, live their life by it. But then you'll have other people who will leave hate comments and talk down on it and all these other things, and you'll see them suffering in these depression forums on Reddit or whatever else. And when you go to them and you say, hey, I've resolved my depression, I've been in remission for a year, here are the things I've done to do it, they'll get grilled and they'll say, oh, that's placebo, that's good, that worked for you, don't be spreading this false hope to this community and all this. And so it's a really interesting conundrum, but you got to find a process of mastery, okay? My process of mastery when I was younger was producing music, being in a band, but the thing is really being serious about it. The problem people have with this process of mastery is, number one, they lack the belief that any tremendous success or achievement is possible. So they don't actually take it seriously enough to have a real transformation. Or being in a band, touring, playing shows, and becoming extremely well known in the scene, producing music, working with big time producers, and that was something I was doing for multiple years, and it was growing, and it was really. I did little mini tours in my state in Texas, and played at a professional wrestling show, and it was growing. Produced music with higher and higher levels of producers at the time. If I would have kept on it and understood the power of momentum and the power of focus and focusing on what you want and the snowball effect that happens, eventually I would have gone to tremendous heights. But it was music and producing music, and the synchronicities involved in that success were amazing. The visualization and all the other powerful things I've talked in other videos played a role, even though I didn't even know what the law of attraction was, right? Anyway, that happened, and it changed me it changed me. It transcended me. It gave me a deeper understanding of life and reality that you can't get from reading books and listening to spiritual gurus and focusing on the law of attraction, which is just a framework of principles that you don't need to spend hours a day looking into. Anyway, after that, I went into a whirlwind, a spiral, a rut. I felt lost. I didn't know who I was, had an existential crisis. And it was a spiral of negativity where nothing was happening. And I didn't know I didn't know what to do. And so, had a couple of really empty jobs working as like a cashier and or whatever. Just those were the things I was looking at the time. So anyway, eventually, during that time, I was also getting into martial arts. I was getting into lifting weights and stuff. But I didn't take it seriously enough for it to really bring me out of that rut. I was kind of lifting weights as a hobby, and I was talking like I was passionate about it and stuff, and doing martial arts, doing sparring, but I didn't really have any clear, definable, specific goals. I didn't have anything serious to really take me to a level that I needed to be to get my life on track. I was making videos a lot, but nothing I said was really serious or really had any impact in the trajectory of my life. But it kind of could have, and I knew that. So anyway, these days, the last 4 years or so, more I kind of naturally started to make little achievements and set little goals that started making tremendous strides in my life. What I realize now, so now my main process of mastery shifted over from being a musician in a band and a recording artist and a live performer. And I used to do skateboarding and make skate videos, even though I sucked really bad because I didn't take it seriously enough. I had a lot of fun, and that was my process of mastery that served the purpose when I was a kid. But now that I'm older, so now I'm training other people on how to be. I'm teaching people how to be healthy, health consultations, nutrition consultations. I understand this on a deeper level. I'm in school, making good grades actually, pursuing a PhD in nutrition science. I have goals every semester for a minimum grade threshold that I want to achieve, and I'm taking action and have little steps and checkpoints along the way that keep me focused on the goal and making that happen. I got a job at a commercial gym in 2020 because I know that'll kind of keep me focused in a way that doing independent training won't. And I'll be able to help a wider variety of people and get even more experience. And there's a social circle that I like, a kind of community and culture that goes along with the commercial gym setting, even though the money potential per person is lower because you have to give a percentage to the gym. The growth as a human being. See, people don't think about that. People think about money and all this stuff, but there's different parts of human growth and potential and evolution that I look at that are more important to me than a paycheck. And you'll get that by working at a commercial gym kind of culture or whatever with a structure. So we have meetings with our managers, every few weeks to keep us on track for those goals. College, you have these goal checkpoints that keep you on track. Little checkpoints and progress checks and stuff that keeps you in a process of mastery with short-term goals, little assignments, little challenges that not only grow your mind and your abilities and teach you new things, new information, you're also talking to different people, building relationships, and then you have an end goal that you're reaching. And it teaches you how success, how skill, how all these things are developed. The very things that people who feel like they're stuck, who lack fulfillment, who are bored in life are really missing. People, after they get out of school, they just give up, or they go to a career and they lose that deeper sense of achievement, the deeper checkpoints, and the deeper meaning and purpose as well, and passion. And they don't think deeper. They don't think macro level. They think micro level. They think shallow. Most people they're so distracted by the negativity and the other things and their limitations, they don't even start going to school. And they might talk about it for a long time. And the other thing is people shit on school, like I used to. Because if you're like me, you've already got enough knowledge to succeed in nutrition or whatever it is, and an education isn't giving me anything new. In fact, it gives you a lot of misinformation. But there's deeper things that you're getting out of a college education, or working for a commercial gym than or certification or whatever. It's not just the education. It's not just the money potential. So anyway, the other thing, so like teaching other people and giving them my knowledge and transforming their lives is very powerful to me. Seeing the transformations that these people are making and knowing that it was my information, it was a creation that I helped create. I gave them my methods, my tools, my tutelage, my teachings, and they took it. They ran with it, and they've got the results that I know my information is worth. And to me, the payoff is really seeing what other people do with the things I give them. Okay? People who are like, Wolfgang, your information really was that missing key that I needed to take it to the next level. And that's what it's all about for me, as an educator, as a teacher, as a trainer. And these people do that. This is what it's all about. And I just like being a professional that has an impact on other people's lives. So that's the trainer Wolfgang, the educator Wolfgang, the health consultant Wolfgang, the nutritionist. But then there's the strong interest in athletics and getting stronger. I love, seeing progress. I love eating food that is intentional. And I see my food translate into greater numbers in my strength training. Okay? My deadlift goes up, my squat goes up, my bone mineral density and bone health increases and goes up, my mental health goes up, my resilience and ability to perform in jiu-jitsu goes up. My insulin sensitivity gets better as a direct result of my strength training and conditioning. My cardiovascular conditioning gets better, so I have better working heart, blood vessels, and things that are going to improve my longevity as I age. My immune system gets stronger through that hormetic stressor of training and exercise. A lot of people just see it as meathead stuff, and if you want to be healthier, do yoga and spiritual practice and eat a raw food diet and do fasting. In reality, that's actually not helping. It's weakening you. People they have a warped perception of these things. So anyway, everything that I do, the diet that I eat, the training that I train, the philosophy that I have is interconnected and all transmutes into that deeper fulfillment and passion. It all works together in synergy to continue to stoke the flame of love for life. Everything in my life is love because of the framework I've created. You won't find this in a law of attraction guru video. You could watch Bob Proctor videos till you're blue in the face, Abraham Hicks videos, Neville Goddard videos, Joseph Murphy videos, and all these new YouTube influencers of these kids who don't know jack shit about law of attraction because they don't actually live it. It's just crazy to me how addictive all that shit is, because you're promised hope of positive things happening in your future, but all you're doing is tuning into the mental masturbation of it. No one's actually practicing anything, not living life, not focusing on a science, something that you can actually see measurable progress with. It's all mental masturbation these days, and that's what I'm doing my best to shed light to and enlighten people to overcome. It's the gut microbiome that has no real causal clinical evidence on human trials that shows any real link between modifying a gut bacteria and improving health outcomes in a substantial result. People, they don't even have enough science background or statistics to see how insignificant that information is. They avoid red meat for the same reasons, because of mental minutia, evidence and science that isn't even relevant. Philosophy and techniques and breathing techniques and Eckhart Tolle and all this other stuff, and even law of attraction videos that literally are mental masturbation and floaty spiritual concepts that have no real tangible effect on their life. And for me, I realize the real essence of these people's teaching is in living your life, going through the grind, and loving every second of it. If you can find a way to enjoy the action you take, that's where it's at. Consistent action towards a goal on a process of mastery, not just sitting on your ass having no real substance to your life. Oh, I just go outside and enjoy my coffee and go on walks. I might do a 9-to-5 job or something else. Might have a business. Whatever. I lift a little bit of weights just because I know I should. I eat a plant-based diet because I know I should. There's no real meaning behind any of that. I work at, I want to be a bodybuilder. I want to compete in jiu-jitsu and whatever else. And it's like, there's no feeling behind it. So good fucking luck achieving that. You need to develop and cultivate positive energy and feeling and drive towards a tangible process of mastery, and then fucking kill it in life. See progress, okay? And don't eat food to get ripped abs and be a shredded skinny person. Eat food to fuel and nourish your passions and see progress in the long term. Because you can be skinny for the rest of your life, and see abs. Congratulations, here's a gold medal. No one gets a gold medal for being a skinny person with abs. But you will get an achievement and accolade for giving your body the nutrition and the protein and the amino acids and the fats and the tonic herb polyphenols it needs to smash it in school, smash it in finances, have a $100,000 goal by the end of the year in your sales job and reach that and see progress towards that goal. Set affirmations and goals in the morning and then see those little checkpoints and those small wins over time to reach the big goal. That's how you get out of that rut. You find a process of mastery, you take it seriously, and stop half-assing it. I'm just going to do it because it's fun. Fuck that. Do it because it satisfies your deeper purpose and your bigger goals. Otherwise, you're going to always be doing some floaty-ass bullshit, some empty-ass living that ain't going to do shit for you. Emptiness, no. Negativity to fill the emptiness, no. Fill the emptiness with passion, with inspiration, with badass shit. And you will love every fucking second of your life. And you will see the evolution of a lifetime and who you are on a deep transient, on a deep physical, real spiritual level. Your energy will be different. Okay? That's what we're looking for. Get to transcend the spirit and the kundalini and transcend to the ethereal realm of the spiritual world. You don't do that with the conceptual mental masturbation idea of anything. You do that with living your life to the fullest and getting the energy behind it. All right? Eat meat, lift weights, take tonic herbs, set goals, affirmations, and avoid weakness. Avoid weakness, remove emptiness, remove negativity, and smash your fucking goals in life. All right, everyone. I got meat that's probably burning right now, so I got to go and eat it. Leave your question, comments down below, and I'll talk to y'all next time.